following is a video of a mugging that took place outside Country Bake Bakery on Musgrave Road in Durban that has gone viral on several social media platforms. It captures the moment Caroline Michael was attacked and dragged to the floor by a suspect allegedly after her phone, purse and keys. Country Bake owner Yusuf Desai describes what happened on that day.
I think they followed her, and as soon as she came out, they tackled her, they grabbed her phone, and I think she fell on the ground and she bruised her face quite badly. We ran out of the store to try and apprehend him, but his guys were waiting.
Taking to her social media platforms, Caroline expresses how she felt after the attack.
Am I alive? Yes, I'm alive. Am I physically fine? No, I'm not. Am I mentally fine? It's gonna take a long time, I think, for me to be mentally fine. But I'm very grateful that I'm still here and I'm okay. I am shaken up, of course. I think it will take a while for me to be okay mentally, but I'm a strong woman and I know God's got me always.
In an exclusive interview with Tabloid TV, we catch up with Caroline, who is slowly on the road to recovery.
You know, the story is that there were two guys in the store, obviously trying to talk to me, which I had a red flag instantly. And that's the one thing I can honestly say, always go with your gut. So my gut, normally I'm quite friendly, I talk a lot, but my gut just said no, and I just ignored it. I think that, you know, for the experience itself, when I think back of it, there's nothing that I could have done any differently. And the sad reality of it is that people might say, oh, you must do this or you must do that. But I think you just react on instinct. So I reacted on my instinct, you know. I felt that he was trying to grab me, so, you know, I stood my ground in a sense, you know, putting it lightly like that. My instinct was to protect myself. I think that that's my personal space. My body is my temple, it's my personal space. And I honestly reacted on instinct. And I think that to be violated in that way, in any way, basically, it's a no-no. You know, it was horrific. I think that when I think back of the flashes of the entire incident and even his hands are on me, like, it still gets me, you know, but I've been put trauma counseling and I'm trying to obviously deal with it and digest it all. But as a woman, I think that, well, as a human, I think let's humanize it, is that no one should ever be violated in any way, you know, and we work very hard for the things we have. Nothing has come easy. You know, I've worked my entire life, and like, so be it whether it's a phone that's been stolen or a pen that someone wants to take from you, the fact is there is no value to the actual thing. For me, it's like, if I've worked for it, it belongs to me. And I just felt like, you know, at that moment, it's like he was, I don't know whether he was trying to capture me or I don't know what he was trying to do, but I think that no human should ever experience such a thing. A random victim, to be honest. I think that they were looking for someone to obviously, you know, steal from, and obviously I probably look like an easy target, you know, woman on my own, you know, and my car was parked right outside the door. So literally, I actually basically put my handbag underneath my seat. You know, and that's how South African women are these days. You know, we don't need anything that's, you know, visibly shown. And that's why I had my phone and my purse in my hand, because literally, like, I felt I was 2 steps away from the door. I didn't feel intimidated or unsafe. And I visit the bakery all the time, so it's not like a new environment. It's an environment where I feel comfortable in. And I think they were honestly just looking for an easy target. You know, I just screamed out for help. So I literally just said, help me, and I screamed for help. And that was basically it. I can't really say there was anything going through my mind because everything happened so fast. But in saying so that everything happened so fast, it was also in slow motion. Like, it felt like the longest, I don't know, couple of seconds of my life, even though it was as fast as lightning. But that's how it felt, like everything almost slows down, and like, you know, and when you experience that, I was just screaming. I'm glad that I still had my voice, meaning is that I wasn't so gripped by fear that I could not speak, so I'm glad I still had that I just basically just screamed, help me, help me. And the guy with the backpack, he tripped him. So I mean, thank you for that, because I think that all contributed to sort of stalling him a bit. And people are afraid to help, though, I must say. Even myself, like, one would think, does the person have a gun? Does the person have a knife? So, so I'm glad that he stepped up. So thank you, backpack man. I must say, it wasn't my intention. If someone were to say to me, how would you react in a situation of violence or crime or anything like that, you always have these thoughts in your head that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the things away, or I'm going to behave in a certain way. But unfortunately, these things cannot be scripted, because I feel you act on your gut instincts and you protect yourself. And I think that for me was the main thing, was protecting myself. With recovery, I had a good sleep that night. So that Monday night, obviously I took things to calm me down. So I had a very, very good sleep that Monday night. That Tuesday, because we're busy all the time, so we always have your first appointments at 8. I made sure I had to be at work. And I say this because to any woman going out there that you feel violated in any way, don't hold yourself hostage to any situation. And that to me was my biggest message to myself, is that I wasn't going to let this hold me hostage by me being in bed, in my pajamas, that sort of thing. For me, getting up, having a shower, putting my clothes on, putting my makeup on, that to me gives me a sense of worth and that I'm moving on, even at a slower pace. So, I came to work, I worked for about 3-4 hours, and that's what I've been doing, going back home, because I'm still in a lot of pain. But I will not be held hostage by that situation, be it whether it's going to work, be it in my mindset. That's why I'm going for trauma counseling. And I think that's the big message out there, is that don't be held hostage to any situation.